You know what they say? If it ain't broken, don't fix it. And that's what Pochettino's going with. If the team is winning, he ain't changing the lineup. It's the same lineup. I wouldn't use that specific quote of if it ain't broken, don't fix it for this team. We don't know if it's broken. I mean, it looked broken against Switzerland and Turkey. Maybe no CONCACAF team is able to break it. That is true. But I wouldn't really particularly use that if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And I'm just going to be real. The lineup that he put out today, Guatemala shouldn't be able to break it. How's everyone doing here? And here it is. Upper 90 FC. I don't know if I should, guys, should I continue to give Upper 90 attention? I think he likes it. Should I give him attention? I can give him attention because this is an interesting one. I'm going to give him a bit. I'm going to give a bit of attention here. So he said, flip. So he's saying me, Filippo. That's who he's mentioning. Moving the goalpost. I'm not moving the goalpost. I think Ajiman is not good, if that's the goalpost you're talking about. He said, I've seen this type of rhetoric used many times when an online Discord target a particular player. There's nothing original at all about this group doing it. Yeah, it's just one of those where Upper 90 is one of those people that just assumes mass ignorance. That's what it is. So he thinks that someone, like, for example, me, I'm the host of the channel. Everyone's just going to go with what I say. There's going to be no pushback, even though, honestly, I've had multiple viewers that are big fans of the channel push back on what I said many times. Agree with me, disagree with me, happens a lot. But he just kind of assumes mass ignorance, which is very arrogant of his part to think that people can't see for themselves. There are people that watch the channel regularly that actually, surprisingly, to me, like Ajiman, to my surprise. It's not a lot of them, but there are a few. But no, there's people that agree and disagree. Assuming mass ignorance is just pure arrogance from your end, Upper 90. And not everyone thinks that Ajiman is a bad player. Most people do, but not everyone. Not everyone thinks that Ajiman's a bad player, but most of people do. And they agree with me. They disagree with me. The reason many are picking on Ajiman is because he actually is not a very good player. That is factual, at least for a U.S. men's national team standard. For going MLS standard, he's also not a massive standout in MLS, but he's definitely not a bad MLS player by any means. Now, I mean, I don't know what else you want from it. Let Ajiman play at this point. I'm not really going to be picking on him this game. I just want us to win. Just like the World Cup, when you hit these knockout rounds games at this point, to me, the lineup doesn't even, I mean, we can obviously talk about what I would do in the lineup, vice versa, but playing against Guatemala, the lineup that Pochettino put out, this should be more than enough to beat Guatemala. I don't really care how Ajiman plays. I just want us to win. If he's going to score or not score, don't care at this point. I just want us to win. Obviously, in the post game and during the game, we're going to have opinions. We're going to have takes of this guy's playing like shit. This guy's playing well. This guy's doing crap. That's obvious, right? That's what it's about, being a fan here. But to me, at this point, is I just want us to win this game. Now, I'm in a stream with y'all, and I will probably praise and shit on players. That's going to happen. That's what we're here for. I hope you guys do the same. Praise and shit players. That's what's fun about it. That's what's fun to be a fan. You can do that as a fan. That's the only thing. And I mean, fans are what make this game, right? If no one was watching soccer, these guys would not be getting paid. That's the other thing to say. But at this point, I just want us to win this game. And Czar is asking a good question. Who's your biggest live stream competition tag? Call it what you want, or Straight Red. Straight Red, I don't see them as competition. They are friends of the channel, and they have a completely different approach in terms of, what should I call it, how they engage with their audience, which I actually very much love their approach. I love Derek and Brett. So I don't see Derek and Brett as competition. They're friends of the channel. And even one of the Gold Cup games, when Pete didn't have a post game, I went to their stream. I did my live watch along, then I joined theirs. So they're not competition. They're friends. Now, in terms of Call It What You Want podcast, they usually have what, like 1/5, 1/3. That's not competition, guys. Competition needs to be way above half of what you get. So it's not really competition. But anyhow, drop a like. And once I'm gonna quickly put a word from the sponsor of this stream, because I got to pay the bill somehow. And then I want to go through this article here from Doug McIntyre, because Look, it's a little bit funny, right? It said the skeleton USMNT squad has restored the American trademark fight at this Gold Cup and given fans a reason to care again. Finally, we're a group of guys that are going to push back and we're not going to take that kind of shit anymore. I want to talk about this article because it kind of fascinated me how, not trying to shit on Doug. There's a lot of things there that are kind of funny. But before we continue, let me get some sips of my coffee here, wake up a bit more. I'm going to put a quick word from the sponsor of this video so I don't get kicked out of the apartment here. I'll be back in a minute. How often do you get spam calls? And you know why? Data brokers sell your data to businesses and even scammers, which leads to annoying spam calls, text, emails, and just in general, an invasion of your privacy. And you know what's the worst part? It's all legal, selling your data. And that can also lead to exposing sensitive information to bad actors. But it's not just that. In the United States of America, people search websites are a problem. Anyone can access your information. An employer, landlord, stalker, even that creepy neighbor. But Incogni, the sponsor of this video, takes care of that for you. And we also have a special offer. Incogni reaches out to the data brokers on your behalf, requests your personal data to be removed, and handles any objections from their website. And the entire process is automated. They also make sure your data stays off the market by conducting repeated removals. That is why their yearly subscription is the way to go. And here's the special offer. Use the code Tactical Manager at the link in the description of this video to get 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Yes, you heard that right. Use the code Tactical Manager and you will get 60% off their annual plan. Plus, you also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And thank you very much, Incogni, for partnering up with Tactical Manager and sponsoring this video. Make sure to use our special offer. Okay, so we're back, and obviously now rent will not be late this month. It really won't. Or it might. It might. But as I promised, I said I was going to put the article, right? So let's get the article, and you all promised me to hit the like button to try to get to 300 likes right now, and you did it. But Doug McIntyre wrote this piece. Before we even start, I'm not going through the lineup right now because it's the same lineup as the previous game. So we'll talk about that throughout the stream. And I'm going to go through the super chats very soon as well. So he said, the U.S. men's national team has found some fight and has your attention. Again, have they found some fight? That is true. If there's one thing I cannot complain about this team, especially players like Diego Luna, Sebastian Berhalter, Tyler Adams, there's some, well, honestly, Ajiman, Malik Tillman, there's fight in these guys. They're fighting out there. Like, that's not really something we can criticize this team for. Something we did criticize the other one. But this is what's interesting about the article. Let's go through it. Three short weeks ago, the U.S. men's national team was at perhaps its lowest point since failing to qualify to the 2018 World Cup. I would argue the lowest point was probably Copa America. When we got grouped, it was lower than now, even though it's still crap. Well, it was before the Gold Cup, but probably Copa America until Berhalter was fired. The Americans had suffered a 4-0 loss to Switzerland on June 10th. That was once again marked by a distressing lack of intensity. This is interesting. The argument that they use, lack of intensity, sometimes, and we talked about this with Adam, anyone that has played sports before or coached or even followed sports, even at the high school level, college level, doesn't have to be a professional level, but just a decent level. Sometimes when you're in a team that is just much worse, when you're playing a team that's much better, it's not that you're lacking intensity. It looks like you're lacking intensity, but you're just much worse. You just look like shit because you're worse. Sometimes that also happens when you put, what's his name? When you put a player that is below the level of the rest of the team, and then he looks out of place. Sometimes it looks like he's disinterested or that he is lacking intensity. But the truth is he's just not good enough. And then it makes it look like that guy's not trying, but he's trying his best. So we could say lack of intensity for those friendlies. I thought the friendlies against Turkey and Switzerland, it was more, right? It was more of a lack of quality than intensity, in my opinion. Okay. It said it was the fourth straight defeat for the U.S., stretching back to deserved losses against the regional rivals, Canada and Panama in March in the Nations League. That absence of urgency against Switzerland. And then after that, we lost to Turkey, June 7th. Actually, Was it the other way around? Whatever. We lost to Turkey, I guess, beforehand when the U.S. men's national team became the first Copa America host nation to be eliminated before the knockout stage, in the group stage. To make the matters worse, star man Christian Pulisic asked Mauricio Pochettino if he could skip the Gold Cup. Another regular starters, Anthony Robinson, Yunus Musa, were out as well. Well, Jedi is injured, Robinson. And Musa, I guess he asked to skip it because he's trying to find a new club, right? Jeff Carey saying, I'm getting blocked. No, you're not, Jeff. You're right here. You're not blocked. You're not blocked. Interest in the team plummeted. A year away from the 2026 World Cup on home soil, diehard and casual USMNT fans alike were less enthusiastic than ever about the country's chances to making a deep run on the biggest stage in the sports next summer. I just want to say one thing. Like, this team in the Gold Cup is not really, it doesn't really change the way I see how the U.S. men's national team can do in the World Cup, the outcome of the Gold Cup. I don't know if it's just me. You guys can let me know in the chat there. The Gold Cup is a very low standard compared to the World Cup. However we do in the Gold Cup doesn't really change, I wouldn't say my negative outlook, but my concerned outlook for the World Cup. You can't use the Gold Cup for that. It doesn't, this article is a load of shit. That's the truth, right? It doesn't really change. Now, I want to say a few things. And I know this might not be the best data or sample size data for this, but at least my channel, in terms of views, they've been as high as ever. Outside of like Copa America and the World Cup, they've been as high as ever. So in terms of fan interest, they've been following along. They've been following the team. They've been watching the team. I do agree that the fans are down in terms of their enthusiasm. That is true. But in terms of interest, they've been interested for the most part. At least you guys have here at Tactical Manager TV. You guys definitely have. I know the numbers, right? 4 Gold Cup wins later, a skeleton squad stoked mostly with scrappy reserves has some of the most cynical U.S. supporters starting to believe again. That's not true. That is not true. That's simply not true. I don't think anyone's believing that the team can make it further because we're doing not even well. We're going through in the Gold Cup. I mean, winning is winning. I just want us to win the Gold Cup at this point. I want to spank Mexico on Sunday. That's what I want us to do. But the outcome of the Gold Cup does not change how I see us in the World Cup. Look back in the 2021 Gold Cup when we won. Do you guys remember the lineup of that Gold Cup? Should I bring that up? I can put the 2021 Gold Cup final. That U.S. men's national team in the 2021 Gold Cup, they had grit. They had fight in them. And I'm going to read a few names for you guys that were there, right? A few names that were there in that Gold Cup. And that team had a lot of fight. Matt Turner, well, he's still there. Reggie Cannon, Shaquille Moore, James Sands, Miles Robinson, George Bello, Sam Vines. Eric Williamson actually was really good in that Gold Cup. I mean, sure, he had a torn ACL, so maybe Eric Williamson would have been good now, but he had torn ACL. Gianluca Busio, Kellen Acosta, Sebastian Lletget, Christian Roldan, Paul Riola, Nico Gioacchini, Jassy Zardes, Matthew Hoppe, Henry Kessler. So Jackson Yeo was on the bench. Brad Guzan was on the bench. Donovan Pines, Jonathan Lewis. So my point here is, like, winning the Gold Cup is fun for us. It's good. And some things out of this Gold Cup that we're going to talk about after have been good. Like Malik Tillman standing out. I think that's very important for the U.S. men's national team. Malik Tillman standing out. That is very important because he actually can have an impact for the United States in the World Cup. Now, certain players that I want to talk about, like, for example, Sebastian Berhalter. I mean, look, the guy's grit, fantastic. He's been actually fairly decent on set pieces. I just don't see him contributing in the World Cup. So to me, it doesn't matter too much what he does here. We've seen him as a player. That's just one example. Ajiman, too. I don't want to pick on him because people are going to get very sensitive in the chat. They get very, very sensitive when we talk about Ajiman. But essentially, that's my point. It's like there are good things to get out of this Gold Cup. Ultimately, what I want is for us to win the Gold Cup. That's the ultimate thing that we want. But there are a few good things that we're going to get out of it. But we can't fall into delusion that just because some of these players are getting us by the Gold Cup, that, like, in this lineup right here, Matt Freese has a case to be a starter for the national team, or at the very worst to be with the roster. Alex Freeman, potential, not right now, but has potential. Arvston, I'm sorry, you can't be the left back for the U.S. national team if you can't defend. He's been doing some good things going forward, But the dude on defense, my goodness, I made that France joke of World War II. This guy's defense is worse than France in World War II. It's not even the same. It's worse. Tim Ream and Richards, Richards is our best center back, and that's good that he's standing out in the Gold Cup. Ream will probably be in the World Cup roster. Tyler Adams will be there, starter. It's good to see Tyler get a good amount of minutes this Gold Cup. De La Torre, I don't think he'll be there. Diego Luna will most certainly be in the roster. Tillman, probably our starter at the 10 right now. Probably our starter, and he's standing out. Ajiman, I doubt he'll be there in the World Cup. Sebastian Berhalter, too, I doubt it. But overall, there's positives, there's negatives. I just want us to win the Gold Cup. Let's go through the Super Chats. Let me get a sip of coffee. While I sip coffee, and by the way, I don't know why I didn't know this before. I learned that putting some honey in your coffee is wonderful. Instead of putting sugar, it's not as healthy. I put honey, and it gives some nice flavor to it. Got to get the right honey. Get local honey, okay? But real quick, let me get a sip of coffee, and you guys just drop a like in the stream. Let's get it to 300 likes before the game starts. The game's going to start in like a minute. Delicious, the coffee. Hugo Lopez saying, who should I go for, United States or Guatemala? Both are being my heritage. This is going to be hell of a game, and I'm nervous. Hugo, go with your heart. I don't know. For me, it's the United States, right? Pretty easy. For you, go with your heart. I mean, it's a very special moment for Guatemala. If Guatemala makes it to the final, it's historic right there. It's a major upset, too. And I'm sure the Guatemalan national team has made you proud. They play with a lot of fight, a lot of grit. They don't give up. That's what happened in the game against Canada. So go with whatever your heart tells you. And then Cade Perez is saying, where does Weah end up? Just saw that Olympique Marseille is interested. I don't know. It seems like Tim Weah will leave Juventus, but we'll cover that after the Gold Cup. Once the Gold Cup ends, we're going to cover transfers. I mean, Malik Tillman's going to Leverkusen. Johnny's going to Atletico Madrid. There's a lot of transfers to talk about. Musa's going to go somewhere, so we'll go through it. Joseph is saying, who do you think earned a roster spot from this tournament for the World Cup? I think, look, Tyler Adams, Chris Richards, Tillman, these guys were probably going to be in the World Cup roster regardless. Luna, I think his previous performances earned him a spot in the Gold Cup, and I think what he's been doing in the Gold Cup has earned him a roster spot for the World Cup, Diego Luna. And I think Matt Freese was another one that was questionable, but he's been okay in the games. Not great. Honestly, in the games, I don't think he's been better than Turner by any means. But the penalty shootouts last game was just incredible. It was tremendous from Matt Freese. So I would say he's earned something out of it, at least a few more call-ups, but possibly even a World Cup roster spot. Jeff Carey saying he's getting blocked. No, you're not. You're there, Jeff. You're there. Behave. GhostCar21 said, what the heck is this lineup, man? Like, how is changing genders easier than making a roster change? Where's Pete? So Pete is in a flight right now. He got Wi-Fi, so he's watching the game. We're gonna have the post game. The post game will happen whether it is here or in Pete's channel. It's gonna happen, and Adam will be with us today. But Pete is in the plane, and he probably has explosive diarrhea as well. Jeff Carey saying, I bought a van with a shag carpet. Want to go for a ride? No, Jeff, I don't. But congratulations that you were able to afford that. Sounds like a good investment, Jeff. Good investment right there. Matt is saying, I'm sorry, I truly want Pochettino out. You can't tell me that Ajiman should not start for the U.S. men's national team. You can't tell me that Ajiman should not start for the U.S. men's national team. Also, how in the world is Arston starting after giving up 2 goals? I don't know, Matt. I entirely agree with the sentiment, and I made a preview saying that I wanted to see Damian Downs for 60 minutes. I like to see what he can do for the national team. He's a different style of player, too, compared to Ajiman, right? It seems to be better making those runs. It seemed like Tillman and Ajiman were not in the same page when Tillman was putting the through balls. And I think it's more of Ajiman's fault than Tillman, even though some people are going to think I'm a Euro snob for saying that, because Tillman is able to do that for PSV. Now, I want to see Damian Downs, but I guess he'll come off the bench. And Arston, I think Tolkien's a better left back, in my opinion. Maybe because we're facing Guatemala, Pochettino thinks that it would be better to have Arston so he can maybe get a goal, even though Tolkien is able to help us with assists and he can do something going forward. So I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm Pochettino out because I don't know what option we would get. And you guys saw Jesse Marsch, man. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. You guys saw Jesse Marsch. Some people wanted Jesse Marsch for the national team, and I don't know. I don't know. A lot of excuses from him, too. George Fitzpatrick is saying, if the United States manages to beat Mexico in the final, does it still not give you optimism? The Gold Cup is more about Pochettino, but stopping a revived Mexico matters too. Well, I don't think we're going to play Mexico in the World Cup. I don't think that's going to happen. And I mean, we beat them in 2021 with the list of players that I gave you guys like 5 minutes ago. I gave you the list of players like 5 minutes ago. And most of those players, I'd say like 95% of them are not really useful for the national team anymore. And honestly, in that cycle, that Gold Cup did more harm than help the U.S. men's national team, because then it ended up locking a few spots in World Cup qualifying for players like Leggett, Pauriola, Kellyn Acosta, and that did more harm for the U.S. men's national team. So if we beat Mexico, I will be excited. I will be happy. I love making fun of L3 fans on X and even on YouTube. But I don't think it changed my perception of the U.S. men's national team for the World Cup. What will change the way I see the United States for the World Cup will be how we do in the next few games against Japan, South Korea. We play them in September with our best players, the best starting 11. I want to see who Pochettino plays, how we play, if the team starts having some good combination play together. And that's why I wanted them to be in the Gold Cup, those guys. I wanted to see those players playing together and lighting up the opponents. Tillman and Luna have been playing together for many games in the Gold Cup, and right now we've been seeing them starting to build some chemistry. I wanted to see that with Christian Pulisic, with Tillman, Gio Reyna. McKennie couldn't make it, but other players that should have been here, Balogun up top, Serginho Dest, A-Rob, that's what I wanted to see, so they could build chemistry like some of these guys are right now. But as expected, it is what it is. I just want this team to win now. I want to win the Gold Cup, and I want to play Mexico on Sunday. I don't want to play Honduras. I want to play Mexico. I want us to beat Mexico. I miss beating Mexico. It's been a while. Nestor is saying, what's up, bro? And let's go USA. Let's go. Let's beat Guatemala today. And they say capacity crowd in St. Louis. Yeah, it's full. The game is sold out, as expected for today. I said this in the preview. I expected this game to sell out. I fully expected it to sell out. And it just started for me here. The game just started. Let me put the score on screen. United States versus Guatemala at the Energizer Park, where St. Louis for Major League Soccer plays. A beautiful stadium. I've never been there. I actually want to go there. Jeff Carey saying St. Louis is the spiritual home of the U.S. soccer. It has great prostitution scene. Wait, what? What? Okay, Jeff. All right. I did not see that coming. He was talking about being the spiritual home of U.S. soccer, and that escalated very quickly for Jeff. Okay, Jeff. David is saying, here, American Outlaw section full of Guatemalan flags. Really? I'm trying to see here. Yeah, I see a lot of blue and white on the stands. There's a lot of Guatemalan fans. Good for them, man. Good for them. Good for them. Tack, check your time so we can sync. Okay, I'm at minute 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115. And Chris Richards just kicks the ball forward. Now I'm at 120, 121, 122. Okay, now you probably are synced. Where's Pete? Explosive diarrhea. He's out. Now I'm at 1 minute 30. 1 minute 30. All right, back to the game. United States. Oh, Guatemala is actually going at the U.S. here in the beginning. But the U.S. tries to recover. Tim Ream. Oh, bad pass from Ream. Guatemala has it. Long shot. That's you're not going to score from there with that shot, man. Yeah. Someone in the Guatemalan team didn't eat their spinach. They're not strong enough. That's how it works, right? You eat spinach, you get very strong. That's all you need to eat. You don't need to eat steak. You don't need protein. You just need spinach. Yeah, they have Rubio Rubin up top. Do you guys remember him? He even played for the U.S. national team. But then he went to play for Guatemala. I mean, he was never going to really play for the U.S. much. Ajimon at the ball. Holds it. Opens out wide to Barfston. Inside, Diego Luna. Luna to Ajimon. Luna. Arfston. And not a good cross from Arfston. Cleared by Guatemala here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But the United States will hold the ball with ease. Chris Richards. No pressure from Guatemala. Lots of time and space with it. He has the ball. And everyone, if you kindly could get the likes up, it's a great way to help the channel for free. Thank you very much, everyone that smashed the like button. We have right now on the stream, actually, we have 250 likes. Let's get over 300. All right, back to the game here. All right, let me get this out because we're already synchronized with the time. I'm at 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Diego Luna. Good switch from Luna to Alex Freeman. 1v1 for Freeman. Good cross. Oh, Tillman. Oh, shot from De La Torre. Luna, 1-0. 1-0 for the United States. 1-0. Diego Luna. Early lead. This is exactly what we needed. An early lead. That way Guatemala cannot bunker or sit back. Diego Luna. It had to be him. 1-0 for the United States. Diego Luna off a rebound. It was scrappy, but it doesn't really matter. It's an early lead. That's exactly what we needed. Good switch. He started the play, Diego Luna, with a beautiful switch to Alex Freeman. Alex Freeman found Malik Tillman. Malik Tillman tried to do a nice move, and then Luca De La Torre shot on target. And Diego Luna was there to get the rebound. Beautifully done. It was a nice first touch from Luna. He started the play right there with a nice switch. Yeah, good first touch. Good finish from Diego Luna. Wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. And this early goal is crucial. (1-0). Okay, good start here for the United States. And Brazilian Fury is saying, "Oh, hey, you aren't losing. Let's go." No, we're winning this one. My biggest concern of this game would be for us to get the first goal, right? Guatemala would hold their own, sit back. Us getting the early lead just increases my confidence by a lot. My biggest concern was that, getting the first goal, which it could drag, but we get to go with like 3 to 4 minutes here at Diego Luna. Tack Brazilian Ghost. Remember U.S. Soccer snubbing Luna for the Olympics? Yes, for Mihailovic. For Mihailovic. Olympics. Yeah, good call. I should probably take notes on that. Yeah, we should have taken Diego Luna to the Olympics. It still bugs me that we didn't take Diego Luna to the Olympics. But it's funny because he's also an MLS player, right? So you'd think they would bring him if they were trying to promote MLS, but they brought Mihailovic, Duncan McGuire, and it still bugs me to this day. Anthony's saying, please don't get a red card, United States. That's how Canada lost. Yes, Canada got a red card at the very end of the first half. It was actually Schaffelberg that got a red card. And then Guatemala pressed and created a few opportunities in the second half. And Rubio Rubin scored off a header, ultimately leading it to penalty shootouts. And then Canada was knocked out on penalty shootouts. But a good start here for the U.S., an early lead. Canada also struggled. They didn't really score on open play. Marinus van der Lube is saying, hate watch for Mexico, Honduras. I don't know if that's possible for me because it's right after the game. So after this game, we have the post game. And then after the post game, I have to do the 7 things we learned. So that's why I haven't been doing the Mexico hate watches. I would love to do the Mexico hate watch sessions. I would love to. 350 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. If you haven't, make sure to do so we can hit 400. United States here building out of the back here. 6 minutes and 57 seconds. We're about to hit 7 minutes. United States 1, Guatemala 0. Sebastian Berhalter back to Richards. Richards, don't mess around there. Do not do that. Finds Tyler Adams. Tyler to Luna. Luna, put it through. Should have found Alex Freeman. Malik Tillman back. Sebastian Berhalter. It's interesting because Sebastian Berhalter is technically playing as the wide player, but he doesn't really push high up the field. He stays back. He stays back to help on the build-out. And then Alex Freeman goes high up the field, which makes sense because Alex Freeman, Diego Luna, bad touch, is not really good in the build-out. Not the most technical player. Tyler Adams tries to go long. That'll be to Ajiman. And that'll be, he saved it. It's still in. Alex Freeman to Malik Tillman. Tyler. We're playing well to start the game. We're playing well. So far, so good. But yes, the earlier we get that second goal, the best. They're saying, why hate watch Mexico? We are brothers. Well, look, the hate watch for Mexico, it's nothing personal, but we're rivals. We're rivals. I can't root for Mexico. The U.S. and Mexico is one of the biggest international soccer rivalries in the world. Lee American is saying this stadium, Nashville's and Cincinnati stadiums are my favorite in MLS. I also like the Q2 stadium. I like the Austin FC stadium. I find it pretty cool. Nashville has a great stadium. Cincinnati does, but Austin does as well. I really like Austin's. Julian Viva is saying, why does Pochettino keep insisting with Arston and Patrick Agyemang? I don't know. I thought he was going to – I talked about this early in the stream. I thought he was going to give possibly Damian Downs more minutes today, a shot, because it should be enough to beat Guatemala. I guess not. But again, for this game, Agyemang and Arston should actually stand out with all the players. And so far, we're all standing out. All the players are playing well. Chris is saying, my 5-month-old son has better balance than Agyemang. That is true. For a big fella, Agyemang, I would hope he can stay on his feet a bit more, but he hasn't. Time check. I'm at minute 9:22, 9:23, 9:24, 9:25. I'm about to hit 9:30 right now. Long ball here to find Alex Freeman, and Guatemala will just kick it up. Freeman heads it inside to Agyemang. He holds it. Cleared by Guatemala. If he could get a quick shot there, that would have been probably a goal. He was from close range. Diego Luna, Arston, Tyler Adams, 9 minutes and 50 seconds, 9 minutes 51 seconds. Diego Luna, Arston tries to go 1v1 back. That'll be Luca De La Torre inside to Malik Tillman. Diego Luna still has it. Finds Sebastian Berholt. Oh, bad touch right there. Has to go back to Tyler. We're completely dominating right now, Guatemala. Malik Tillman, get a shot blocked. Again, we're dominating, but Malik Tillman. Ooh! Oh. I thought that was going in. I don't know if it was close or not. I couldn't tell by the angle that I'm looking at. Let me see. I'm watching the replay now. Let me see if it was close. It was kind of close. That was kind of close. That could have been 2-0. Would have been a banger from Malik Tillman. Here comes Guatemala. And that'll be a corner. That's what I don't like. We need to get that second goal, because look at that. Guatemala now gets a corner kick. All they need is one goal, and they're right back at this game, and they catch all the momentum. That's what we don't want. All right, corner kick here for Guatemala. Cross goes in. A little bit of a weird header. Chris Richards clears it. And that'll be a throw-in for the U.S. Throw-in through the United States. All right. Nobody talking about Greece. What's up with Greece? Talking about 2004 Greece, the Euro champions Greece? I don't know what everyone is talking about Greece here. Okay. 12 minutes. We're pretty much hitting 12 minutes right now. So far, so good. The United States has clearly been the better side. Clearly been the better side here. Playing very well in possession, moving the ball fast with a purpose. Diego Luna, Tillman have been two standouts going forward. Outside of that, everyone has been stable to good. Alex Freeman. Dude, get rid of the ball quick. Look, I'm just going to be honest with Alex Freeman. I don't think the ceiling is very high. Okay, that's just me being 100% honest. They're saying if I did a collab with Alexi Lala. I had Alexi Lala's like 2 months ago, I think, here at Tactical Manager TV. It was an episode that actually did very well. We disagreed quite a bit. It was fun. I had Alexi Lalas on. We disagreed a lot. It was good to have someone that pushes back here at the channel, and I think Alexi probably appreciated that as well, because people have Alexi as guest, but it doesn't feel like they want to push back on him. You got to push back too. He likes arguing. He likes arguing. So right now we have 415 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. 415. We can probably hit 500 very soon. Thank you very much for everyone that tuned in. And this stream is brought to you by Incogni. You got to protect your data. You got to protect your privacy. So if you need a special offer, the link to use Incogni is in the description of this video. Go use it right now. Very special offer. The best offer you'll find on YouTube. Okay, one of them. There's a few others that have it as well. So go use the link in the description. You guys will very much appreciate it, and use Incogni so they can erase you from the internet, so data brokers can stop selling your shit. Okay. Smell freedom. Yes, that's the Incogni has the smell of freedom. That's what it is. That's what it is. What transfer rumor are you gonna create? I'm thinking about doing like Arston to PSG to replace Nuno Mendes. Oh, Luna. Ooh, ooh, oh, what a goal. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. Oh my God. That's someone's son. You just humiliated that guy. Diego Luna, that's someone's son. You just humiliated that guy. Oh. Oh, Luna. Oh, what a banger. What a goal. Two-zero for the good guys. Diego Luna gets the ball. Oh, that was saucy. Ooh. Ooh. The human body has 206 bones. I have 207 right now. 207. Oh, my goodness. What a goal. What a beautiful goal. 2-0 for the United States. The game is 100% under control right now. I'm not going to say we've won it anymore. It's still 15 minutes in, but that is a very, very good start for the United States. Not just the goals, not just the goals, the way we're playing. Diego Luna, 2-0 for the United States. They're saying Luna is El Futuro. Well, I wouldn't even say El Futuro. He's the present right now. He's playing for the U.S. right now. He's already an impactful player. How old is Diego Luna right now, actually? He's young, man. He's 21. He turns 22 this year. Still a young player. I mean, I wouldn't put 21 as a prospect. That's probably not the right word to use. But he's still a player that can grow a little bit. But again, tremendous goal from Luna, 2-0. And it's not, again, oh, crap. Here comes Guatemala. Cuts inside. Shot. Oh, my goodness. Guatemala almost scored. But it's just the fact that we're playing well. The team looks fluid. We look good. That's important. And Steven Spot is saying, why have we not been playing Luna? I mean, we have. He's played the entire tournament. And he got called in, I believe, in March as well. Just we weren't playing him before. I don't know why Luna didn't go to the Olympics. Luna needs to score a banger against Mexico, please. Please. Daniel Reyes says, don't let Spicy Jeff hear that. Spicy Jeff heard everything, man. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy has like a camera in my room here or something. Mike P saying, Incogni sponsored that goal. They didn't, but thank you very much, Incogni, for sponsoring the channel once again. Link is in the description. Thank you very much, Incogni, with a special offer. We have 500 likes. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, everyone. We have 500 likes. Brandon McPhail, thank you for the super chat. He's saying, how you doing, bro? I'm doing great. Doing very good. Having myself some coffee. The United States is winning. Life is good right now. Off topic, but there were rumors about Trent being eligible for the U.S. Is it true? I heard those rumors, but no, they're not true. He's cap tied to England, so they're not true. I know in an interview he said that his mother was half American. So if his mother's half American, there are ways for him to get an American citizenship. But Trent Arnold or Trent Alexander is already cap tied to England. So even if he got a American passport, which he probably can, he can't play for the U.S. men's national team because he's already cap tied to England. So that wouldn't really matter. 2-0 United States, 18 minutes and 10 seconds. A very dominant performance. Ajiman gets the ball near the edge of the box, and they take it away from him. Hey, guys, I'm trying not to criticize Ajiman, okay? Because he has put in effort. Nothing else but effort. Cubo Maker saying, you might lose Jeff to Luna's giant balls. I'll gladly lose Spicy Jeff to Luna's giant balls. He can have Luna's big balls. Joseph saying Luna needs to go to Europe as soon as possible. Yes, I agree that he has to go to Europe, but he needs to go to the right club. He needs to find a club where he's going to come in and play, right? So, yes, I agree that Luna has to go to Europe. He's 21, turning 22. It's time to go. I think he's at a level that can perform in many different leagues there, but he has to find the right club. Okay. The right club is probably the most important thing of them all right now, because you can't just go to Europe and hope that you're going to be able to develop just because you're in Europe. Wait, did Ajiman? Oh, he's off. He's off. He's offside. What was that again? Yeah, he was a good 2 yard, or at least a yard, maybe 2 offside, Ajiman. He almost scored, but he missed the target, but he was off, even if he scored. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a wasted chance by Ajiman. That's all I'll say. I'm trying not to pick on the guy, man. I'm trying not to pick on, because there's some weird thing going on with Ajiman where if you call a spade, people get very sensitive. Very sensitive. Just wasted a 1v1 right there, and he was also offside, and I can't criticize the guy because I'm just going to say it's like, yeah, he's not a good player. I'm just keep saying it. Connor is saying, I actually think he should go to CONMEBOL. Diego Luna? Yeah, but again, if he's going to go to CONMEBOL, he'll probably have to go to Brazil. We saw it in the CONCACAF, the Club World Cup, that the Brazilian clubs are levels above the other CONMEBOL clubs. It's pretty noticeable. I mean, that's why Brazilian clubs have won, the past 6 Libertadores? Something like that. Like the past 6. By the way, is anyone going to the Club World Cup final in New York? I'm not confirmed to go, but I am trying to go. I'm trying to go to the final. We'll see. It's in New York. Diego Luna to Malik Tillman, and that's a free kick for the United States. 21 minutes and 5 seconds. 2-0. So far, complete dominance from the United States. Guatemala had some half chances, like shooting from long range, corner kicks. But the United States has been dominant in possession. 2 goals scored by Diego Luna. He's the man of the match right now. The first goal, Luna started the play, and he closed it with a nice rebound. The second goal, he single-handedly scored. Oh, crap. Here comes Guatemala. Rubio Rubin shoots it, blocked by Chris Richards. And then the second player just completely misses the ball. Whoever number 18 is, that was bizarre. He could have just taken a touch and then shot it. Hey, 2-0 lead is good, but let's try to get... Oh, Alex Freeman again. Freeman has not been good today. Well, I mean, I talked about this already. Yeah, because Freeman, to me, when I watch him play, he looks like an athlete, right? He's definitely a great athlete. Doesn't look like a soccer player to me. Just the way he controls the ball, the way he plays. I'm just not convinced. The Americans saying it's okay. Ajiman is garbage as hell with his garbage. Yeah, now some Charlotte fans are going to be pissed in the chat with you. But it is what it is. Guatemala at the ball. 22 minutes and 36 seconds. 22 minutes. He's stiff. Yeah, he is stiff. Yeah, I just don't know what Freeman is good at on the ball. The dribbling is mad. He has speed, like if you can catch that, but yeah. All right, ball goes back here. Guatemala in possession. United States sits kind of deep. We're not really in the low block. We have a few guys high up the field, but we're not really pressing with the high line. Jeff Carey saying, chat, thanks for the kind words. I'm naked. Okay, Jeff. Enjoy. Hopefully you're at home. If you're naked, hopefully you're at home. I hope. Or in the van. Ajiman, he's fouled. The guy grabbed him. How's that not a foul? They literally pulled his jersey. Ajiman draws a foul for the U.S. 23 minutes and 52 seconds. It's not a dangerous free kick, but we could possibly. That foul should be a yellow. First they pulled Ajiman, then the other dude just came in hitting him pretty damn hard. That probably should have been a yellow. That was kind of a hard tackle. Now, free kick for the United States. So far, so good. It's, again, anyone that just tuned in, it's not just about the 2-0 lead. We have been actually playing well in possession. Cross goes in. Semi-decent delivery. The offense is flowing well. All right. Guatemala here at the ball. Goes inside. Now what we can't do is concede a goal. Play well on defense. Hold on to this 2-0 lead at least till halftime. Possibly get a third goal. And then rest some of the guys. Because if we win, which is what looks like will happen right now, if we win, we'll play on Sunday. We'll play on Sunday. So you rest some of the guys. And Matt, thank you for the super chat too, Matt. Thank you very much. Here comes Guatemala. Cross goes in. Oh, boy. Oh, freeze. That almost went in. Matt Freeze kind of scared me there for a second. I thought he wasn't going to reach that ball. That was very, very weird. I'm trying to understand what the heck happened. It was a bit of an awkward header. It was from number 18 from Guatemala. He's been kind of wasteful throughout the game. Long ball. Ajiman can't win the header. Guatemala wins it. Arfston will get it on the left. Come on, Arfston. No, he just goes back. Just goes back. Our Lubin is saying he's going to Real Madrid versus Dortmund on Saturday. Good game right there. I mean, Real Madrid's going to win that one. That I am pretty certain of. He got early tickets, was hoping for a better match. He's a Barca fan. Are you going to any games this summer? So, our Lubin, I went to Juventus versus Manchester City here in Orlando, and there is a slight chance that I'm going to go to what's the name? To the Club World Cup final. There's a slight chance. Okay? There's a slight chance that I'll go to the final. I don't know the opponents, obviously, but because we're talking to some brands to see if I can go, make a vlog, and then there's a chance, but it's not confirmed. Okay, ball goes wide. Arfston drives inside, finds Ajiman, and Ajiman was offside again. If I speak, I get in big trouble with the Charlotte fans. They don't like it. They don't like it. But let's praise the guy. He's been putting a lot of effort. A lot of effort from Ajiman. Nothing else but effort. Arfston has looked better today. I'll say that. At least defensively, he hasn't really made any mistakes. Arfston. All right, here comes Guatemala, 28 minutes down the right side. Switches the play. Freeman, you got to get tight there. You got to get tight. Here comes Guatemala again. Ball goes into the box. To absolutely, he's off. He's off. He's off. No goal. Guatemala scored, but it won't count. I mean, we gotta see the replay here. But he looked very much offside. I did not like what I saw, though. That was a bit of a weird defensive moment here for the United States. But let's see the replay here because the guy was way off. I think he was way off. Let's see. Okay, that ball. Yeah, he was off. He was off by way too much. Yeah, I guess it wasn't really a bad defensive moment. The offside trap kind of worked well. Arfston and Tim Ream lined up pretty well. They lined up pretty well. You got to be careful, but it worked pretty well. It's fine. It scared me for a second, but it does look like it was almost like an offside trap from our players because Arfston and Tim Ream were holding the line pretty well. Tim Ream wins the header. Tillman, and that's a free kick for Guatemala. Tillman was going for the ball, and apparently that's a what is the ref yelling there? The ref wants water. Water break? Water break for the players. Look, at least the U.S. players and the Guatemalans, one thing they don't do is complain about the weather like the Europeans do in the Club World Cup. Have you guys seen the Europeans whining about the weather on a daily basis? It's too hot. It's too humid. Dude, like, this is pretty normal weather here in the U.S., and everyone's fine. We play. We're alive. We're doing fine. No one complained besides the Europeans. No one complains. And the funny part is these are the same Europeans that make fun of us for having air conditioner. They make fun of us for having AC. But then when they come here, they complain about the weather every single time. Listen, the way it is outside, it's fine. It's hot. I'm in Florida. It's hot as shit here. I like having the AC so I can sleep at night. But I don't mind. I played soccer yesterday outside. It was like 5 p.m. It was hot as shit, and I'm alive. I'm fine. Just drink some Gatorade water, coconut water, whatever. Get some tangerines or orange, and you'll be fine. Europeans are freaking weird. I think they're fine with the weather. They just love complaining about America. I think that's the problem with them. Anything they can complain, they will complain. That's what, oh, the field is bad, or this and that, and the weather, oh, it's too humid, and then now I got fungus here and fungus there because it's too humid, and blah blah blah. It's just Europeans. Let's see, 585 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's get those likes up. But thank you very much. I appreciate all the support from everyone here. They're saying Luna plays with guts, with his gut. He has that dog in him. Kevin Campbell is saying, makes me happy. What's his best position? Who would he pair with the best? I mean, he can play as a left winger or as a 10. I wouldn't want him play him out wide on the right. I think it's just that, left wing or as a 10 for Diego Luna. Even though I have been liking him out wide as a winger, as a left winger. I've been liking it quite a bit for Diego Luna. I don't know if he has the calmness on the ball and the composure to play as a 10, like maybe Tillman can and Gio Reyna. But, I mean, he's pretty good. Diego Luna is pretty good. He's a good player. And he has that fight in him that we very much need. Chris saying, what wingers would you like to see push for Weah to start next year, or at least a backup? I don't think there's anyone to push for Weah right now on the right wing. Because, for example, even if you go with Luna, right, he's not really a right winger. He has to be on the left side or central. Unless you start Luna on the left and you put Christian Pulisic on the right. Christian Pulisic plays on the right a lot for Milan. Unless you did something like that, I don't see how Weah would get benched. If you put, let's say Gio Reyna starts to ball out, then you can put Gio central, Malik Tillman on the left, Christian Pulisic on the right, and then all of a sudden Tim Weah has been benched. Outside of that, I don't see a pure right winger that can take Tim Weah's position. besides Christian Pulisic. Darian is saying, yo, Tack, off topic. Why are Brazilian soccer clubs so good, but the national team hasn't had success as of recently? I mean, the thing that's blown out of proportion is the national. Oh, crap. Guatemala. Matt Freeze with a save on a 1v1. That was a weird defensive moment there from the United States. A long ball that goes over Arston and goes over Tim Ream. That was not a good defensive moment from the United States. Like, Brazil not being good has been blown out of proportion because Brazil has consistently made it to the quarterfinals of the World Cup and semifinals in 2014. They've won the Copa America in 2019. They've won 2 Olympic gold medals. I think the thing with Brazil is everyone just holds them to the standard of winning the World Cup. They haven't had that success of winning the World Cup. They've been mostly fine. It's not like Brazil's not competitive. And the Brazilian clubs, they look good, but I do think when push comes to shove, when they play PSG, Bayern, these teams, they will go down. I don't think a Brazilian club is going to win the Club World Cup. They've been very well, but I don't think they're going to win it. Which, by the way, Darian, do you guys know Rabona TV? Tomorrow, I'm a guest on his channel. He wants to talk about the Brazilian clubs, and he's bringing me as a guest to talk about why the Brazilian clubs are so competitive these days. What happened? Why is the league so rich? So if you guys are subscribed to Rabona TV, you're going to see me there very soon with a video that he should release this weekend. It'll be about the Brazilian clubs, the question that you just asked. But Matt Freeze, man, 2 big moments there from Matt Freeze. So I guess this guy is not just penalty kicks. Matt Freeze so far, very good. Cross goes in. Guatemala cleared. Guatemala again. Try to clear it. Ajiman can't win it. Dude, Ajiman, you're twice the size of these Guatemalan players. Can you please win some of your duels? Has Barfston been getting cooked this match? Not really. Defensively, Barfston has been okay so far. I didn't see him get cooked yet. Let's see. S27 saying, do you think Pulisic, Reina, McKennie make the World Cup? The World Cup roster? Absolutely. Pulisic, 100%. McKennie, 100%. Gio Reyna, I would say it's like 95%. He needs to sort out his club situation. If Gio Reyna sorts out his club situation, I firmly believe he'll be in the World Cup roster. But if he's still a doorman, like he didn't play at all in the Club World Cup so far, he played like 10 minutes in 4 games, then I don't know. Then I don't know. Gio's not a starter right now for the national team. He's not. Oh, Guatemala. Here's the thing. The past 15 minutes, we are letting Guatemala enjoy themselves a bit too much. A bit too much, right? We started off the game playing very well, but Guatemala has looked better than the U.S. for the past like 10 to 15 minutes. They've had some chances. They've had a goal that was canceled or disallowed, which should have been disallowed because he was off. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We need to get back into this game because we're not really playing well. In the past like 10, 15 minutes, we're not playing well. We're playing very well for the first 20, 25 minutes. If you're still glazing, I'm not glazing Gio Reyna, but I think if he sorts out his club situation, there's definitely a spot for him in the roster. Now, is he a starter for the national team right now? There's no way he's a starter for the national team right now. No way he's a starter. Okay, Guatemala again with the ball. Good switch. Tillman having to play good defense from Tillman. Hey, he got pulled. He got pulled. 37 minutes. 37 minutes. They're saying, the mayonnaise saying, this chat is like U.S. politics. Your opinion only matters if you pay up. Doesn't matter how shit it is. I don't know what you mean about that, the mayonnaise, because I actually read the chat without the super chats. It's just that if someone puts a super chat, I will 100% read it. Now, If it's not a super chat, I have to try to read as many as I can. There's a lot of messages there, man. I'm not a robot. I can't read every single one of them. Now, when I do, okay, Cross goes in for Guatemala. When I do smaller streams, that's when I can actually give attention to everyone. But only the diehards go to that stream. So you probably don't go to that stream. The stream that is much smaller, that we have like 300 people in the chat and not almost 2,000. Tillman with the ball. Alex Freeman to Tillman. Good turn. And we're going to reset here. Chris Richards. 38 minutes and 30 seconds. Tim Ream. Arfston. Arfston with the ball. Okay, we go all the way back. Matt Freese will save it, and he just boots it out. Okay. I'm okay with Matt Freese doing that because he knows he's not good with his feet. So I'm okay with him doing that. And here it is, Brazilian Fury. He's been with the streams with me when we do live watch-alongs for Brazil or smaller ones, right? And he's saying, I can attest to that. We have usually been really good at reading most of the live comments at the Chappelle football streams where he was a co-host with me, which is true. When it's a smaller stream, no one needs to send a super chat. We try to read as many as we can, but there's like 1,700 people here sending chats. So I try to read as many as I can in Guatemala. Again, a little bit dangerous there in the corner, but it's nearly impossible for me to read every single chat while trying to also watch the game and engage with the super chats. I have to read all the super chats. These are guys also supporting the channel. Everyone supports the channel. I appreciate everyone, but the super chats, I have to read them. Jeff Carey saying, Luna to PSV, they need a 10, and he has a sexy mustache. They do need a 10 because they just sold Malik Tillman to Bayer Leverkusen. I don't think sexy mustache is a criteria to sign with PSV, but yeah, they do need a 10. But the sexy mustache might not help. Julian Viva said, Noah Kai Banks, Mark McKenzie, James Sands have to be the center backs and not Tim Ream. Noah Kai Banks, we have to see how he does this season with Augsburg. He played very little. Oh, Ajiman, he might be through. Ajiman, pass it to Luna. Pass it to Luna. What the fuck? What was that pass from Ajiman? How do you pass it behind him? What the hell was that, man? Put the damn through ball. Luna was making the run. There was no pressure. What is that? Did you guys see that? What the hell was Oh my God, I can't believe I was getting hate from some guys for saying Ajiman's not good. I can't believe. Where's that upper 90 guy? Where's that upper 90 guy in the chat? Why did he disappear now? Where is he? Oh boy. Oh boy. About Noah Kai Banks, Julian Vivas, it really depends like how he's playing in the Bundesliga, but he's a player to watch out for sure. Cubo Maker saying, if we defend like this in the final, we're losing by multiple goals. What are we doing? Exactly. The defense does not look good. We look a bit shaky. The defense has to improve versus Mexico. For sure. Mexico's a much better team, guys. Keep that in mind. The Mayonnaise, thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you very much. I got $1 here, but you didn't write anything, so I'm just reading it. Thank you very much. Okay, little Chris Richards and the Guatemalan player. They don't seem to be getting along. Am I streaming Mexico's game? I won't be streaming Mexico's game because we're going to have the post game at 11 Yanks. We're going to have the post game. And then after the post game, I have to work on the 7 things we learned video. Have the 7 things we learned video. So I'm going to be working on that. Ooh, that was the post. Was that Sebastian Berholt? A good free kick. Good free kick. That was a good free kick from Sebastian Berhalter. Oh, it deflected, actually. It hit the wall. It hit one player on the wall. Okay, maybe it wasn't that good of a free kick. It looked like it was very good. Let's go back here to the game now. Here comes Guatemala. That'll be a corner kick for Guatemala. All right, 2-0. 2-0 for the United States, 43 minutes. Oh, my goodness. Was that saved by Freeze? Oh, oh. Okay, that was a cross. Great save by Freeze, and they couldn't score after. Dude, Guatemala's had a few chances. I think Guatemala's had way too many chances in the first half. These chances against Mexico would punish us. Brilliant save there by Matt Freeze. Brilliant save. Dave Valensky saying, how did Canada lose this team? Remember when they were favored to win Gold Cup? Well, look, to be fair, Guatemala could have easily gotten a goal or two here in the first half, to be fair. And the thing with Canada was they played man down the entire second half. So, oh, and here comes Guatemala again. Shot. Matt Freeze saves it. Guatemala has not really looked bad in possession. Let's be honest here. They have not looked bad. The first 20 minutes, yes, we dominated. But since, Guatemala's looked fine. Matt Freeze has been making some crucial saves here and there. So how did Canada lose? They were playing man down. Like, think about the U.S. If we were playing man down right now, we would be struggling a lot because we're having our chances, but we're conceding too many chances right now, in my opinion. Ellie in Vegas saying, getting my tires replaced. So cheers for your commentary. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream and celebrating a U.S. men's national team win so far. I don't see us not winning this, but I mean, the game ain't over. There's 45 minutes to go. Where's Joe Scally? Matt's asking. Joe Scally was not called in. I don't know why. There was no actual justification. It was a soccer decision. Jumpman say, I still find it funny that Landon was glazing Ajiman so hard. He's smoking some hard drugs or something. He's not going to make the World Cup roster. Dude, we put the video here in the last stream, I believe, when Landon Donovan literally said, his words, not mine, that if Ajiman was a bit more clean on the ball and more clinical, he would be playing for Barcelona, which is complete and utter nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. You know who would be if someone was more effective, and if someone was a little bit better from the United States would play for Barcelona, it would be Christian Pulisic, not Ajiman. If Pulisic was a bit better, he would be a Barcelona player. Now, Ajiman, if he was a bit better, he would be a MLS. I mean, he technically is an MLS All-Star because Don Garber picked it, but he's not really an MLS All-Star. There have been forwards that are performing better than Ajiman, and he still made it to the All-Star team. So there's that. Frank Castor saying Mexico's going to kick our tails. I don't know, man. It's a rivalry. I'm going to say that anything can happen. Mexico has looked better than us. We'll see. But I don't see us getting spanked by Mexico. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Throw in from Alex Freeman. Back to Tyler Adams. He switches it all the way to Barfston. Kevin Campbell saying a pass like that one from Ajiman would have gotten me pulled off the field in a high school game. Yeah. I mean, guys, look, I'm not going to keep picking on the guy. I said what I said about him. I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. Otherwise, people say I'm just like picking on him. So the past is what it is. I'm not surprised. And yeah, that's what it is. They're saying Honduras is going to beat Mexico. I doubt it. I think Mexico will make it to the final. Yeah. Okay, the first half is over. United States 2, Guatemala 0. Zero. Nada. Now, we're going to go through the stats here because I actually am interested in seeing the stats of this first half because I actually thought Guatemala wasn't that bad. And as expected, Guatemala has a higher XG than the US. Dude, this is crazy because when you look at the stats of the game, it almost looks like Guatemala has outplayed us. Statistically speaking, Guatemala actually outplayed the United States. It's very freaking weird. Um, I mean, it's weird because if you look at the stats, Guatemala outplayed the United States. It's very odd. I'll say it this way. Let's do this. I thought the first half had two different storylines. The first one being the first 20 to 25 minutes, where the United States, in my opinion, was quite dominant, controlling possession and completely outplaying Guatemala. Okay. And then there was the last 25 minutes where I thought the game was more or less 50-50. We had a few chances. They had a few chances. Now, when we talk about the expected goals, this is an interesting one because when you're evaluating stats, the United States had 6 shots, had a 0.89 XG that you can see on screen, expected goals, divided by 6 shots. So each XG for the United States was roughly 0.15. So there's a 15% chance that it would go in, okay, for each shot the United States had. That is not bad. Now, for Guatemala, they had a 1.1 divided by 15. That is 0.07. So that's a 7% chance that the ball would go in. Do you guys know where I'm going with this? Guatemala had more goal scoring opportunities, technically speaking, right, based on the XG, but they were much lower quality. Every shot that Guatemala had, it averaged a 7% chance of going in, statistically speaking. The United States, 15%. So our shots were more than twice higher in terms of quality than Guatemala. Does that make any sense? Does anyone have any questions? You guys can call me professor here. I'm not professor, but does that make any sense? I'm just trying to explain here the XG. Does that make sense? We had a 0.89 XG. They had a 1.1. So technically, they had a higher XG, more chances to score, but they had 15 shots. They were very high. They were very low probability goal scoring opportunities, roughly 7%, while we had a 15% on each shot. So I think it makes sense to everyone. That's what am I going with this? Sorry, I should have gotten to my point. My point is, statistically speaking, it looks like Guatemala outplayed us, but they didn't outplay us. We created better goal scoring opportunities. And on top of that, we were more effective. We were more efficient. So they didn't outplay us, but the 20, 25 minutes or so, they did actually balance out the game. Let me see the super chats here if I didn't miss anyone. Adam Wilton is saying Ajiman is good enough for Barca B, and they're in the 4th division now. Is he good enough for Barca B? Serious question. Everyone in the chat, do you guys think that Ajiman is good enough for Barca B? I don't know. I mean, I haven't really watched Barca B, but David Rasha, thank you for the super chat. Nothing written. Thank you. Matt saying Arfston and Ajiman off. I'm done with Pochettino. Yeah, Arfston actually has been meh today. He hasn't been bad. Like defensively, he hasn't been terrible. Ajiman has been pretty bad. Ajiman has been pretty bad. Ajiman has been more or less what I expect from him. Matthew Pimentel, thank you for the super chat as well, Matthew. Max is saying Mexico almost lost the Dominican Republic. Favorites? I think if we play Mexico, they might still be slight favorites. The Dominican Republic team is actually pretty good, and they had a player, Peter Gonzalez, on the right wing. That guy was tremendous. Very good player. Mexico tied Costa Rica, but they completely outplayed Costa Rica. We tied Costa Rica. I thought Mexico played better against Costa Rica than we did. I think Mexico are the slight favorites if we play them in the final, but I would say it's like 55% chance that they win, 45 for us. They're not the clear favorites. Jack is saying that pass from Ajiman to Luna was a chef's kiss. Donovan spot on. Patrick deserves to start for Barcelona. Yeah, guys, for you that don't know, yes, Lendon did say something very idiotic that if Ajiman was more clinical or cleaner on the ball, that he would be playing for Barcelona. Um, it's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy, but yeah, Lendon said that. And this stream is brought to you by Incogni. If you want a special offer to protect your data from weirdos online, the link is in the description. Go use Incogni. Link is in the description with a very special offer. Big Chief Rasta is saying, am I wrong in saying stats don't always matter, Tack? I mean, Chapini's has basically sell out. What if any changes? I can't understand what you're saying there. What if any changes besides getting Ajiman off? Big Chief. In soccer, what matters is putting the ball on the back of the net. Like, it has to go in the back of the net. That's what really matters, right? That's what truly matters, right? You just need to score. That's what matters. Now, when you're evaluating a game, stats do matter. I just showed you how you can use the XG to evaluate who had higher goal scoring who had better quality goal scoring opportunities. So again, Guatemala had 15 shots, but on average, their XG is 0.07, which is a 7% chance of scoring in each shot. While we had a 0.89, but each shot was a 15% chance. So you can use stats to evaluate performances, see where you have to improve. But no, what matters at the end of the day is like whoever scores more goals, and we're winning 2-0. They have a higher XG, but we scored more goals. David Russia is saying Lyndon Donovan meant Barcelona in the Ecuadorian League. I'm sorry, I watch Barcelona Guayaquil. Ajiman is not starting for Barcelona Guayaquil. We cannot disrespect Barcelona from Ecuador. De Mayanez is saying, the Mayo is saying, Reina has been benched by 3 coaches in a row, USMNT, Nottingham Forest, and Dortmund. He should be left off the World Cup roster to send a message. He needs it. Sure, if he's still benched, but what if Reina finds a good club and he's playing like in 3 months? Do we not bring him to the World Cup anymore? No, we still bring him. John is saying a U7 player could have made the pass that Ajiman had to Luna. Yes, that pass. What's weird about that pass? Let me actually put a picture here for you guys from a dear friend of the channel. Anyone that missed the play, here's the play. This is Bolivian Yank. You guys should go follow him on X. I love this account. Bolivian Yank's a very nice guy. Actually, let me zoom in here so you guys can see. You guys probably can't see him. I have to remove my logo. Let me remove my logo so you guys can see the Bolivian Yank. There you go. Go follow the Bolivian Yank on X. But anyhow, look at this. This was the play. Ajiman just had to pass the ball right there. Look at this, guys. Seriously. How does he miss that? You guys know how this play ended, right? I don't want to play the highlight here because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But explain to me, how does this mother liquor not get the pass right? Just fucking pass the ball. Like, how do you not get it right? For anyone that didn't see, he passed the ball behind Diego Luna. Behind. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's unreal. This literally happened in the first half with Ajiman. I don't get it. I don't understand why he continues to be the starter. Where's that guy, Upper 90? You guys remember that guy in the beginning of the chat, Upper 90, when he started, that was saying that I was pushing a narrative that Ajiman is great, he's this and that. But just like, guys, I don't know even if this quote is the right quote, but I'm going to quote Mean Girls. You guys watch Mean Girls? Great movie. Very good movie. Not the new one. I didn't like the new one. It's shit. When they try to remake these movies, it's never good. But Mean Girls is a very good movie. It's a funny movie. And let's put it this way. We don't hate Ajiman because he sucks. Well, Ajiman doesn't suck because we hate him. We hate him because he sucks. Does that make sense? Mean Girls. If you guys watch Mean Girls, you know what I'm talking about. But this was the pass. Look at this picture. It's a pretty basic pass. It's a pretty basic one, and I think I'm being very nice to Ajiman at this point. But again, they literally in the last stream. Do you guys want me to show you the comments in the last stream? I'm going to show it. I'm just going to show it. I am just going to show it because this is crazy. Let me just go to the other stream so I can actually show y'all the comments of the previous stream where not everyone, there were comments after the game just complaining, unless they deleted. Okay, let's go through it. Okay, let's go through the comments here. All right, there you go. The comments are, what a game. Matt Freeze, that's a good one. Watching coaches. Okay, where are the ones? Predicted every penalty. Okay, here, this guy. Tack gets every moment to crap on players for every little thing. It's absolutely nauseating, but not as surprising. If you watch me for 2 hours and you get nausea, you're probably puking for 2 hours. You should probably seek a doctor. You're probably sick. Also, in this stream, I haven't shit on a single player besides Ajiman. I thought every player played well. Even Arfston. I thought he's been fairly good. Not perfect, but fine. No defensive mistakes on offense, okay. Only Ajiman. No other player. Not a single player. Let me see. Damn, this guy's insufferable. That's probably a burner. Let's see. There it is. Upper 90. I love this guy. Great guy. He disappeared in the chat. He's nowhere to be seen lately. Some say that Upper 90 has disappeared ever since Ajiman made that horrendous. There you are. There you are, Upper 90. You're back in the chat. Upper 90. I'm going to read. Upper 90. What did you think of Ajiman's pass? What did you think of his pass? Okay, thank you. All right, there you go. Now let's go on here. Let's go back here. So again, it's not blind hate. I think pretty much every player in the game has played well. Some better than others, besides our beloved center forward. The big boy. If Guatemala has someone over 5'5", we'd be in trouble. Number 16 put in some dangerous balls. Yeah, Guatemala had some dangerous chances. That is true. I said that. First 20 minutes, we dominated. After that, it was kind of 50-50. Flip Silvar saying Ajiman might not be good enough for the TST. I don't think he would do well in a smaller field. I think the TST is 7v7. So I think he would struggle more in the TST than a big field. Jeff Carey say, Tack, happy 4th or 4th of July. Will you take your shirt off? No. I will not take my shirt off, at least not on YouTube. I mean, but if I'm outside playing soccer, sure, because it's hot as shit here in Florida. But no, I won't take my shirt off, unfortunately. TJ saying, is Pochettino trying to troll us by starting Ajiman? I don't know. And guys, I've talked enough about Ajiman. I'm tired of talking about him. It's been enough. Probably we'll end up talking about more plays throughout the game. But let's go through the starting lineup here of the U.S. so far. Matt Freese on FootMob. He has a 6.9 rating, 69. Nice. I thought Matt Freese was good. I thought he was good in the first half. He made some important saves. Maybe you can say that like some moments were a bit shaky, but I thought Matt Freese was quite good. I would give him a much higher rating. Alex Freeman. I was talking about poor performances. I thought Alex Freeman was very poor on the ball. Very poor on the ball, Alex Freeman, in my opinion. Chris Richards and Tim Ream, mostly good. Arfston, mostly good. Tyler Adams and De La Torre, they've been good. They've been fine. Sebastian Berhalter was good defensively, good on set pieces. Tillman and Diego Luna have been incredible throughout the first half, throughout the tournament, but they've been incredible in this game, Diego Luna and Tillman. And Ajiman, I'll plead the fifth on this one. I have nothing to say. It's what Thumper had to say on Bambi. If you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. So I have nothing to say about Ajiman. I won't say anything. Upper 90 said, too funny. I'm a former All-American college player and a former D1 coach. Yeah, but that doesn't mean your opinions are always right. Landon Donovan is one of the best, if not the best, U.S. men's national team player of all time. And he's like dropping insane takes left and right. I'm sure Landon Donovan was a much better player than me or you ever were. And Landon Donovan has shit takes, but he was an incredible player. It doesn't mean anything. Alexi Lalas was a better player than myself and probably a better player than yourself. Are his takes delightful? So it doesn't mean much whatever you played. You can still have horrible takes even though you were a coach or a good player. It doesn't matter. I can have shit takes as well. I just don't think the Ajimon one is a shit take. But anyhow, what minute am I? 45:36, 45:37. The second half has started. 45:40. I'm very much synchronized with the time on screen. So 45:45. Cross goes in from Guatemala, cleared once again. Guatemala here with the ball. We got to try to kill this game in transition. That's essentially how it's going to be. Guatemala tries to go long, and Matt Freese comes off the net or off his line and is able to secure the ball. Matt Freese. Are we just going to sit deep against Guatemala? Seriously, we're going to let them play? We should still be able to play our game. Long shot blocked by Chris Richards. Are we really going to let Guatemala play? It looks like we are. They're attacking us. Upper 90 still sleeps with a pacifier. No, guys, look, there's no reason to. So just one thing to make it clear. I like to pick on Upper 90 the same way he picks on me. There's no reason to do any personal attacks with him. It's just a bad take that he has. It's just a bad take. I'm sure he's a very nice guy. It's just a bad take. And it's just soccer, right? It's just soccer. I don't like how sensitive he gets about this. It's a bit weird, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. He has been nice a few times. He's been mean on other times. Like Upper 90, the reason I picked on him is because he said one thing. He said me and Pete wanted the U.S. national team to lose. And then I told him one thing. Listen, one, you can go to the live watch along. I'm not an actor. I am a terrible actor, actually. So if I want a team to lose, it's pretty evident. I don't want the U.S. to lose just from a fan perspective. But then I told him, listen, ignore the fan perspective. The more games the U.S. men's national team has, the more coverage I have, the more money I make, the more my channel grows. So from a fan's perspective, I want the U.S. to win. And from a business perspective, I prefer the U.S. to win. So I just don't understand like these conspiracy theories of like, you want this team to lose. Brother, if this team plays more games, even if I didn't care about the team, I make more money. Why would I want this team to lose? I am directly affected if this team loses. I do not want this team to lose. It doesn't make sense. You just have to think for a second. Berhalter, okay, saved by the Guatemalan goalkeeper. It's just complete nonsense. Plus, we covered the U.S. national team for probably right now like 4 to 5 years almost, but we covered the first like year and a half making like no money, like $100 a month, 200, maybe 300. We didn't cover this for money. That's the thing. And honestly, the money's still not very good. So if it was for money, we would have quit and done something else with our lives. So that's the only reason I kind of pick on him a little bit, because you can't just spit nonsense and just get away with it. Even if you're a D1 All-American coach. Okay. Congrats on that, by the way. Alvaro Yat said, what would you do if Ajimon made a game-winning goal in the World Cup? I would celebrate. If Ajimon plays in the World Cup and scores a game-winning goal, I would celebrate because that means we won the game. That's all. I just don't think he's going to play in the World Cup. But if he scores in the World Cup and it's a game-winning goal, I'm celebrating the goal. There's no other way to put it. I don't care who scores the goal for us. If freaking Pochettino, actually Pochettino can't play for us. I don't care who scores for us in the World Cup. Just score. It doesn't matter to me who scores in the World Cup. That'll be a free kick. Sebastian Berhalter got taken down. Oh, this is cool. We have 720 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. Get those likes up. Jeff Carey saying, Tack, you're a lovable and awesome hater. I'm not a hater. I just speak the truth. Very often the truth can be wrong. That is true. And there's times also where the truth can hurt a little bit. But no, I get takes that are wrong too at the same time. But at the end of the day, I am a hater for certain things. Like I am definitely a hater of all of our rivals. I am a professional hater for sure. I wonder where Pete is. Do you guys think Pete is still having explosive diarrhea in the plane? I can check with Pete. I wonder if he's still shitting himself in the plane. What's the name of that movie that the guy goes to take a dump? In the he tries to take a dump in the plane. Kevin Hart, actually, his ass gets stuck, and then he makes millions and millions of dollars. And then what's the name of that movie? It's not Pulp Fiction. No. Snakes on the no, that's Samuel L. Jackson. It's the one of Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart plane movie. Plane movie. The name of the movie is it Soul Plane? Soul Plane. Soul Plane. Have you guys watched Soul Plane? Yes, Soul Plane is the name of the movie. That's Pete right now taking a massive dump in the plane. Hopefully his ass doesn't get stuck. Frank Castor is saying Luna with a beautiful first touch. Oh, we've seen that many times. Luna's got great first touch. Very technical player. He's like a street baller. Diego Luna, tries to find a pass. Not a great pass from Luna. Agumon can't reach it. Guatemala recovers the ball. Soul Plane. That's the name of the movie. It's a funny movie. It's a very funny movie. At least I liked it. Marco Sanchez saying, let's give McKenzie some minutes. Who would you sub in, Tack? I would give John Token some minutes too, because we might need to start him against Mexico, mainly because I'm concerned about Arston's defending. I would give Damian Downs minutes to see more of what he can do. And I would actually put McKenzie for Ream. Let Tim Ream rest and give McKenzie some minutes. I would actually do that as well. I don't see a reason not to play him. Those would probably be the first subs I would get in. I don't think Johnny's available. Jack McGlynn at some point. I would like to see Jack McGlynn get minutes as well. Josue is saying differences and rivalries make soccer fun after all. Yes, you should be a hater of your rivals. You should be a hater of your rivals. Cross goes in, and Ajiman was on the floor. President Chip, how you doing, President? Long time no see. Saying, what's up, Tack? Long time no see. This USMNT has me worried, man. Also, do you think Luna deserves a spot in the World Cup next year? Yes, Luna definitely deserves a spot as things are going right now. He definitely deserves a spot. I don't know if he's going to be a starter in the World Cup. I find that might be unlikely. But in terms of roster, yes, Luna should be there. He's also a bit of a street baller. I like that. I like it. I like it. He's a street baller. Okay. Second half so far, not great from the U.S., not terrible, but it seems like we're more focused on defending. Okay. Throw in for the U.S., 53 minutes and 40 seconds. Sebastian Berhalter. Tillman tries to dribble inside. Sebastian Berhalter. Good layoff from Ajiman. Tillman finds Diego Luna, and Guatemala recovers the ball. Aaron Herrera. I think he recovered it. Ajiman trying to press. Good press. Might call a foul on that. Yep, foul. Yeah, you grabbed him. You grabbed him, Ajiman. Come on. You grabbed him. Snoop Dogg's yes, on Soul Play, Snoop Dogg is the pilot. Yes, that is correct. That's the correct movie. All right, let's keep going here. 54 minutes and 20 seconds. So far, the game is under control. All right, we just can't let Guatemala get that first one. Just hold on to this lead, try to kill off the game with the third goal on a counterattack or just in possession in general. But just get the third goal to kill off the game, because 2-1 is dangerous. If Guatemala scores a goal, They'll catch good momentum. Good moment there from Tyler. Finding a way to dribble into space. Luna. Oh, try to find Luca De La Torre. Don't wait for the ball, Luca. Luna loses the ball and he freaking hustles to get it back. And De La Torre grabs the Guatemalan player and he gets a yellow. Yellow card from Luca De La Torre. Yeah. That's a free kick for Guatemala. Free kick for Guatemala right now. All right, everyone, and thank you very much, everyone that tuned in. We're over 800 likes, so I'm expecting us to hit 1,000 by the end of the stream. So if you haven't, help us hit 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, I'll stop asking for likes, or maybe not. Who knows? I can't promise that, actually. 55 minutes and 36 seconds. Guatemala in possession. The U.S. sits a bit deep right now, almost like a low block. Yeah, that's a low block. That's pretty low. Guatemala here at the ball. See what Guatemala does. It's just that Guatemala lacks the quality to punish us, but we got to be careful. If they get that first goal, the momentum of the game will shift, and that's not what you want to see. Cross goes. Actually, that was a shot from Guatemala. It looked like the guy was crossing, but it was a bit of a shot. Not a great shot. Okay, Guatemala recovers the ball. No free kick and another shot, and that'll be another corner for Guatemala. This is what I don't like. We're playing this dangerous game where we are letting Guatemala actually have the ball, where we have the most quality. We should be still controlling the game, even though we're up 2-0. I honestly don't like the way this is going. Because, like I said, all Guatemala needs is one goal to make this a very, very, very tough, nasty game. Corner kick for Guatemala. Let's see. Ball goes in. Actually doesn't. It's a shot. And cleared by Berhalter. And Guatemala will get the ball. Luna will press. Luna, calm down a little bit. I like the hustle, but sometimes you can't just do these dumb runs where you're just wasting energy. Oh, it worked, actually. I'm wrong. It worked because Guatemala just missed it. Brendan Aronson is being subbed in. Next one up is Brendan Aronson. Tyler Adams, what was that flop? My goodness, that was kind of ridiculous. You guys see Tyler Adams flopping around on the floor? That was a little ridiculous right there. Don't do that, Tyler. Doesn't look like you too. So it's Brendan for Luca De La Torre. Interesting. So I'm assuming Brendan will play central. Let me see. No, Sebastian Berhalter. Okay, Brendan is out wide. Sebastian Berhalter is playing central now. Berhalter's playing central. Brendan Aronson's playing on the right wing. So we're getting our cardio guys in. Brendan will hustle. He'll definitely hustle. He'll press. He'll defend. I'm okay with this sub. Luca's on a yellow. The game is getting a bit physical. You put in Brendan, that will actually run a lot. There's a few other subs that I would make, but I don't hate this one. Diego Luna, good switch. Good switch. Alex Freeman. Sebastian Berhalter to Freeman. Nick Kruger is saying Pete is playing Battleship with Jeff Carey. Oh, boy. Imagine the rumors start to come out that Jeff Carey and Pete are watching the game together. The rumors will be out. Harold and Kumar style. I don't think it would be Harold Kumar style with Spicy Jeff. Saying, I wish CONCACAF and CONMEBOL merged. Tougher competition would force the United States to cut the bullshit. Yeah, the problem is we would miss out on a few more World Cups if we played with CONMEBOL. We would miss out on a few more World Cups. But you're right. We would eventually have to toughen up and get better if we played with CONMEBOL. The clubs, too, Major League Soccer, they would have to get better. Arfston, Diego Luna, back to Malik Tillman, and we reset with Tim Ream, and we go all the way back to Matt Freese. I don't know if Pete will like that. I don't know if he'll like being people spreading the rumor that Pete is hanging out on his own with Spicy Jeff. I can't confirm or deny the rumors, so I don't think Pete will like it. Tim Ream. Arfston. A lot of space for Arfston. And finds Diego Luna. Oh, what a ball from Luna to Ajiman. And Ajiman just didn't do anything with it, of course. He dribbled right into the defender. Should just cut and shot that ball. Alex Freeman. Alex Freeman. Okay, back. Sebastian Berhalter. Blocked. Okay. Guys, stop picking on Ajiman. He tried, okay? He tried. Let him try. He's trying. Okay, let him try. Can I give you my take on Alex Freeman? I gave you my take. I think he's built like an athlete, but the first touch is not good. The 1v1 is not good. The crossing is not good. He's not great on the ball. He's very stiff also. He's not quick on the turn, Alex Freeman. I think he has some potential in MLS, but not really with the U.S. national team, in my opinion, over the long run. Alex Freeman. That's just my opinion. Ajiman almost scored off a header. Let me see the replay if this was a good or bad header. It was a good cross from Freeman, actually. Let's see. It's good that Ajiman won the header, but he's also probably like 5 inches taller than the guy. And then he headed it right at the goalkeeper. So good for Ajiman that he actually was able to create space and win the header, but it was a bad header. And I'm not being a hater, guys. If he headed it down, it would have been a goal, and he probably could have. So, yeah, there's that. But hey, at least he created that. Let's put it this way. It was probably one of the best plays from Ajiman this game. It wasn't a terrible play. And we get a corner kick. Berhalter. Cross goes in, cleared. Aronson, cleared by the Guatemalan defense. Tillman. Oh, Tillman, that's bad timing right there. And then free kick for Guatemala. Bad timing. My calls are 5 minutes late. No, I'm at minute 61:55. 61:56. I'm not behind. Arfston. Ooh, Arfston doing a little bit of a Neymar footwork right there and blowing by the defender. Finds Ajiman. Ajiman, bad pass to Tillman from Ajiman. Bad pass from Ajiman. Oh, hey, but good play from Arfston. Arfston's been better today. I don't have much to complain about Arfston today. Good play. He found Ajiman, and then Ajiman just with a poor pass there. Not the worst pass in the game, but yeah. 876 likes. We're getting close to 1,000. We're getting very, very close. We're getting dangerously close to 1,000. I don't know what's the danger. I don't know what's the danger, but we're getting very, very close to 1,000. I guess if we hit 1,000, I could just end the stream. There's no point on continuing. Okay, Guatemala with the ball. U.S. sitting deep here. 63 minutes. 63 minutes right now. Guatemala. Ball goes wide. Cross goes in. Cleared by Arfston. Got to clear it a bit stronger than that, Arfston. Diego Luna. That'll be a free kick for the U.S. Free kick for the U.S. HJP, this is funny, saying this is the only fan base to ever exist, being up 2-0 in a semifinal and still being bitching about literally everything that is not 100% perfect. HJP, I don't know, man. I follow Brazilian soccer very closely, and they are far more critical. Ajiman, you got to score that. He wasted another 1v1. He wasted another 1v1. They're much more critical than the U.S. fan base, HJP. And I mean, people in the chat have been mostly positive, besides you know who. But another 1v1 wasted. That was a good ball from Brendan Aronson and Ajiman. He was not off. He was not off. At least he looks like he wasn't off. It looks like he wasn't off. Guys, I actually feel bad for Ajiman, actually, to be honest. I actually feel bad for Ajiman, and I probably want him to score. Yeah, dude. I actually feel bad for this guy. Because the game is just gonna mentally destroy this guy because you know that he's a bit sensitive with this because he did go to X and comment about when he scored a goal. So him just missing these opportunities. I know he sucks, but I'm starting to just feel bad for the guy. He clearly wants this goal. He's trying, um, and he's slipping and falling all over the place. Um, I just kind of want this guy to score. Yeah, no other USMNT player. Ajima needs to score. Yeah, because it's just like you can see that the guy's trying, and this is where I feel bad for him. It's not his fault that he's there, right? If like for example, if Pochettino called me up, I would suck. I would be terrible, but I would still go because I want to play for this country. I would try hard, but I would suck. So it's not Ajiman's fault um, that he's not very good and that he's there. He's just trying, but we have to call it as it is. Okay, Ajiman again. You can see the guy's frustrated. You can see that he's frustrated. He went at the defender, and then his shot got blocked. It's not his fault that he he misses every shot. Oh, it would have been fun if Balogun was here. It would have been fun if Balogun was here, because he would have been stat padding. He would have been stat padding. Saying Josue is saying, can the US make it out of the group stage next? We'll make it out of the group in the next World Cup for sure. Productive Grind Academy saying, seen the US versus South Korea, Canada versus Colombia this fall at Sports Illustrated Stadium. Who and what should I watch for in each matchup? Well, for the US, essentially the whole team. Like, how do we play against good competition? South Korea is a team that will probably be in the knockout stages of the World Cup. How does our defense behave against them? How do we face Son? That's a fantastic player. Um, South Korea for the US, just in general, it's a challenge in every position. That is a game against a knockout stage team from the World Cup. We could very well be playing South Korea in the round of 32, round of 16 in the World Cup. Now, Canada versus Colombia, um, watch out for Richard Rios from Colombia that plays for Palmeiras. Incredible player. Incredible player. And obviously, James Rodriguez, he just turns up for Colombia, right? So, but Richard Rios is one to watch out for. He's been amazing in the Club World Cup. And Nico Cantor is saying, I'm glad we are avenging Jesse Marsh. Yes, I'm happy we avenged him too. Avenged him. This win is for Jesse Marsh. Tom is saying pick one: Ajiman, Breck or Wando. Breck. Easy pick. Breck. I don't even have to think about it. It's Breck all the way. Drawd is saying Digimon is trashed. I've watched like 15 minutes of this game and he's missed two wide open shots. What a joke. Yeah, I mean, look, we've been talking about this, but I feel bad for the guy at this point. Let's just hope he scores for his own confidence, for his own sake. Let's hope he scores. Nice. Did we hit minute 69? Yep, minute 69. Nice. We made it again, guys. Guys, girls, fellas. Actually, guys, it's a sausage fest here. There's like 250. No, not 200. There's 1,700 guys here. So nice. It's a sausage fest. Um, okay, sub here for Guatemala. Okay, let's go back to the game. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Very nice. Very nice for everyone. Grown ass man tack. No, 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 no. We guys, you can't. You gotta continue. Um, being too mature makes life boring. You can't always be mature. You have to be a little bit immature. You have to enjoy life. You have to be silly at times. Obviously, still behave like an adult, but you have to. You can't just be like this. Frank Kessler is saying, is Pochettino worse with subs than Berhalter? I don't know, man. Berhalter was pretty bad with subs. Berhalter was bad from day one. Do you guys remember when we were losing to Mexico in the Gold Cup final in 2019? And then he subbed in late in the game Daniel Levitz for Tim Ream. That was the secret weapon to try to come back from the 1-0 deficit. I don't know. Berhalter's been pretty bad with subs, so it's hard to tell. But I would say we'd have to go case by case, but Pochettino has been a bit off with substitutions as well, and very late. Jacob Hughes is saying, is Gio officially the third choice as the central attacking midfielder? I would say right now it's deeper than that. Gio's not playing. I would say he's probably fourth or fifth. Let's see. Kevin Campbell saying, U.S. playing out of the back makes me nervous. Yeah, I don't like when we play out of the back, also due to the fact that we don't have a goalkeeper that can play out of the back, right? We don't have a goalkeeper, so that's one player down. Most teams these days, they have a goalkeeper that can help them play out of the back, right? We hit 1,000 likes? Yes or no? We are at 943, so we'll hit 1,000. We'll hit it soon. We'll hit it before the game ends. Don't worry, guys. We got this. We got this. We're getting there. We're getting there. Ball goes out of bounds for the United States. 71 minutes and 40 seconds. 71 minutes and 42 seconds. Throw in here. Malik Tillman. Why isn't Arfston taking the throw in? Okay, it is Arfston because it looked like Malik Tillman was going to take it. Brendan Aronson back. Tyler Adams. Malik Tillman. Oh, what is Tillman doing? And he still has the ball. Somehow he kept the ball. I don't know how, but he kept the ball. Okay, now we're with the ball. United States, Chris Richards. Jeff Carey saying, what's for breakfast tomorrow? Sausages? I don't know what you're eating for breakfast tomorrow, Jeff. If you want to eat sausages, go ahead. Just not with me. You know what, Jeff? Tomorrow I'm going to skip breakfast. So there's that. I'm skipping. I'll fast tomorrow. I'm going to skip it. Okay, Guatemala here with the ball. Let's see what they can do. Driving forward, Aaron Herrera. And, oh, is that Malik Tillman playing a lot of defense here? Malik Tillman recovering the ball for the U.S. Yeah, man, Tillman playing a lot of defense. Here comes Guatemala, a little bit dangerous, cuts inside. Cross goes in, Matt Freese. Good save. Good save. Pretty good to have very talented players or very talented attackers like Tillman and Diego Luna that still defend. Still defends. Fartsy saying, Tack, why is the chat convinced that Damian Downs is some kind of super sub? I don't know. I don't think they're convinced of that. They just want to see Damian Downs because Patrick Adjumon hasn't been great. We don't know the level of Damian Downs, actually. That's why I want to see him play more so I can actually see him. But he's definitely not like a super sub, at least as far as I'm concerned. It's probably like okay level. Now it's 75 minutes, and how many subs has Pochettino made? One? It was just Brendan Aronson, right? Yeah, so far he's made one sub. One sub so far. And we're hitting minute 75, so we got 15 minutes to go. We're gonna hit 1,000 likes in this stream because we're like 10 likes away before he finalizes the subs. It's weird because why don't you put fresh legs? You can rest some of your starters for Sunday and you get fresh legs to win this game. It's a bit weird. It's almost like he forgets to make subs. Guatemala with the ball. 15 minutes here to go. We're at minute 75. Good ball. Long. Guatemala down the right flank. Ball goes back. Hey, these Guatemalan players can play, man. Cross goes in. Header. That's going to go out. That's going to be a goal kick for Matt Fries. What did the Univision commentary say? What did they say? Nelson saying, are you doing a live watch along for Mexico versus Honduras? Nelson, I wanted to, but I won't be able to because we're going to do the post-game stream. And then after the post-game stream, we are going to be, I'm going to be working on the 7 things we learned video. Okay, so Pete said that he will not make it for the post-game. All right. So listen up. We're going to do the post-game here at Tactical Manager TV. Okay. We'll do the post-game here at Tactical Manager TV. Right after the game, me and Adam will go live, and then Pete will join at some point whenever he can. Does that sound good to everyone? Do you guys? So what I'm going to do is when the game ends, I'm going to end this stream, and then we'll do the post-game. If that works for y'all, we'll do it that way, and that'll be fine. I didn't want to do it this way because I prefer someone else to conduct it, but we'll just do the post game here. Let me just get this ready. 1 second, guys. I need to schedule the post game here. So maybe 5 minutes. We'll do it like this. 5 minutes after the game, we'll do a post game stream. And here, substitution for the United States. I believe Diego Luna is off. Yeah, Luna's off. John Token is on. Jack McGlynn is on. So I guess maybe Luna and who else? It's John Token for Luna. That's it. John Token for Luna right now. A bit of a weird one. So I guess, oh, and Tyler Adams is out. Jack McGlynn is on. So Tyler will get some rest. Leo saying, Tack, who would you bring to the World Cup if you had to choose between these 5? Ajiman, Kate Cow, Shaq Moore, Aaron Long, Emmanuel Sabi. That's a tough one, man. I would say I would bring, whoever I bring, I won't play. So in that case, I would actually bring, I don't know. Probably Shaquille Moore because he's never really been annoying with the fan base. So I'll probably bring Shaquille Moore, but he wouldn't play. Timothy Omer says, ChatGPT says Ajiman is a legit contender for the World Cup squad. Don't listen to ChatGPT. Don't listen to AI. They're fake news. Don't listen to AI. I'm telling you, only Pete and Jeff are getting it on. Do you guys think Pete and Jeff are together right now? Who in the chat thinks Pete and Jeff are together? 78 minutes. 78 minutes here. So Ajiman is still on. That's interesting, right? Ajiman is still on. Guatemala holding possession here against the United States. So far, 3 subs from Pochettino. It seems like the more we complain, the more he got the subs on, but not quite what we were expecting, right? What time should I schedule the post game? How about the game will end in 10 minutes? How about 9:05? I'll put 9:05 the post game, something like that. We'll have the post game 9:05, just so y'all know. Oh, shit. Guatemala scored. Shit. Of course. It's what I was saying. We were sitting back and allowing Guatemala to believe. We were sitting back and we let Guatemala enjoy this game and they get a goal. This is not good. Whose mistake was this? Ball goes through, back. They dribble inside. They cut Richards. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Tim Ream, Chris Richards there, everyone. I don't think it was Matt Freeze's fault. Nick saying, I hate autocorrect. I'm telling you, Pete and Jeff are getting it on. Maybe. Jeff is not. Seems like he's busy. Saying Pete's checking out Jeff's new van. Oh my God, I forgot about Jeff's van. So 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. Things can get a bit exciting here now. Things can get a bit exciting. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Ball goes back. Tim Ream. He tries to go long. Finds John Token. Cleared. Not good. Not freaking good. United States 2, Guatemala 1. We have 10 minutes. That's the problem now. They're just going to lob it into the box. They're saying, Steven's saying this is going to go to penalties. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Steven Gallus say, Tack, for those of us just joining, it looks like a good start, but what happened after minute 15? Did we just drop back or Guatemala started playing better? We didn't drop back in the first half. We didn't drop back. We didn't get outplayed by Guatemala after the first 15, 20 minutes. It became very even. We were attacking them. They were attacking us. Now, in the second half, we chose to defend in the second half, which was stupid. We chose to defend. We invited Guatemala in the second half. We invited them, and that's the problem. We invited them to attack, and eventually they got a goal scoring out. They scored. You don't invite them when you're the better team. You don't do that, and we did that. We invited them in the second half. Now, they weren't super dangerous by any means, but eventually they got a goal, and now they're just going to go full on, guns blazing, attacking us, trying to get that second goal. But we have a free kick here of Jack McGlynn. Jack McGlynn has a free kick here for the United States. Ball goes in. Header saved by the Guatemalan goalkeeper. We didn't get the goal. When you're the superior team, like we are the better team, you should not be sitting deep like that. Should not be sitting deep like that and inviting the opponent to attack you. You should not be doing that. And here comes Guatemala. 8 minutes to go. This was not supposed to be a tough ending. It was not supposed to be this way. And Ajiman is still on the field for some reason. Okay, Guatemala here with the ball. They're going to, like I said, like this end will be very interesting to see how our team. Let's see if we're going to bend. Hopefully we don't break. Cross goes in. Cleared by the United States. Liam is saying this team would be better with Hoppy and Joaquini. I mean, compared to Ajiman, yes. Yes. You don't sit back against an inferior opponent like this. This is embarrassing. And now he's putting Walker Zimmerman. He's desperate. Not a good game from Pochettino in that sense. The subs have been very, very bad from Mauricio Pochettino. 7 minutes to go here. 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes here to go. Plus whatever added time is. So it's Walker Zimmerman. So we're honestly defending for our lives to hold a lead against Guatemala. We're seriously doing this. Okay, here comes Guatemala. Cross goes in. No one. That's going to be a goal kick for the U.S. Goal kick for the U.S. All right, let's see who. What are the next subs here? United States. Now that he's desperate, it's what I always say. When water hits you up the ass, you learn how to swim. Right? When the water level starts to go up and it reaches your butt, you get desperate and you learn how to swim. All of a sudden, Pochettino just started making subs. Walker Zimmerman on for Arfston. Damian Downs for Ajiman. So now we're not playing man down anymore. Now we got Damian Downs on for Ajiman. We're no longer playing man down. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Luis Gallegos, as a supporter of the Mexican U.S. national team, I'm very worried for the World Cup. The Gold Cup hasn't helped at all. I hope we get it together. No, it hasn't. It helped with a few players, but there's a lot of concerns with the U.S. national team in regards to some of these performances and some of these players. Bad ball there from Damian Downs to start. Jack McGlynn fouled the Guatemalan player. 5 minutes to go here. 5 minutes to hold this win. We do not want to go to penalties. Guys, we need to stop calling this the C team because Matt Freese might be a starter. Richards is a starter. Tim Ream might be a starter. Tyler Adams is a starter. Malik Tillman is probably a starter. Diego Luna is in the A roster. Brendan Aronson's probably in the A roster. Like, this is a B team. It's not a C team. It isn't a C team. Matt Freese to John Tolkien. No options. Just goes along trying to find Brendan. Go, Brendan. Go, Brendan. Press him. Harass him. Do something. Guatemala with the ball. 86 minutes. Tries to go long to absolutely no one. Just shield it. Just shield it. Good job from Ream. That'll be a goal kick for the United States. 86 minutes. We got less than 4 minutes to go, plus added time. I'm assuming we're going to have 3 or 4 minutes added. 3 or 4 minutes added. So I would say probably we got, 7 more minutes to go in this game. Barney is saying, honestly, you can hate Greg as much as we all do, but admit he was better than Pochettino. This is insane to watch. Guys, did you all forget about the Gold Cup with Berhalter in 2021? Did we all forget? It was pretty bad like this. I think we all just kind of forgot about it, but it was as bad or worse. It wasn't good. We were just beating opponents 1-0. We beat Qatar with Qatar missing a penalty. We should have lost to Qatar, honestly. It wasn't good with Greg, guys. Like, let's not forget how it was. Cleared it by Guatemala. Sebastian Berhalter. No, that's a free kick for Guatemala. So now we're hitting minute 88. We got 2 minutes and then added time. 2 minutes and added time for this game. We just got to hold on to this lead. It wasn't pretty. It was kind of ugly. We start off playing well. Then we sucked in the second half just because we invited Guatemala. I don't like what Pochettino did of sitting back like this against Guatemala. That was very, very freaking stupid. Very stupid. You don't do that when you're facing an opponent that's worse than you. If it's a better opponent, you got the lead, sure, sit back, defend, because it's easier to defend in soccer than it is to attack. But not against a worse opponent. I don't know why he did that. David is saying, what about Stefan? Is he getting better again? Guys, I don't know. Zach Stefan has been called in a few times, and we talked about this. Zach Stefan apparently gets injured every single time that he gets called in for the national team. So let's just forget about Zach Stefan. That's my opinion. Honestly, I would just forget about Zach Stefan. He's had some good moments in MLS last season, this season, especially in the Leagues Cup last year, apparently. But it's like, he's always injured, dude. I'm not going to care about Zach Stefan. But it was a lot of this, like the reason the game is so tough right now, a lot of it is Pochettino. Like clearly the strategy for the U.S. in the second half was to defend the lead rather than, hey, let's go for the 3-0 and kill this off. Let's just kill it off. Mike Johnson saying, can this U.S. team beat Mexico in the final? Playing like this? Probably not if we play like this. Can we? Yes. Like this? I don't know. This is very concerning. Jeff Carey say, Tack, I got a rash after soaking in your bathtub. I don't have a bathtub. There you go. You got caught in a lie. I don't have a bathtub. We just caught Jeff Carey lying. Free kick for the U.S. Walker Zimmerman got fouled. He got pushed. That is, we hit minute 90. We hit minute 90. Jeff, are you with Pete? Be honest. 4 minutes added. As I said, I thought it would be 3 to 4 minutes. Ball goes long. Throw in for Guatemala. 4 more minutes. We got to survive 4 more minutes. That's it. Guatemala with the ball. Let's see what they can do. Now 3.5 minutes to go. 3.5 minutes. John Token. Yeah, just clear at this point. We decided to defend for our lives. Malik Tillman. Free kick for Guatemala. Brendan Aronson. Foul to Guatemala. So 3 minutes to go. The United States just kind of defending whatever way they can. Aaron Herrera blows by Tillman and Brendan Aronson. They're just going to lob it into the box. Oh boy, this might be a shot. Shot goes there. Freeze with the save, and we're going to get a corner kick for Guatemala. Why would you guys do this? Why would we sit back against Guatemala? Why? For fuck's sakes. Like, why are we defending for our lives versus Guatemala? Look at this. This is embarrassing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, why didn't we continue to try to outplay them like we were? Why did it have to come down to this? Sure, let's celebrate the win, but why did Pochettino drop back the team like that? We could have easily beat them 3-0. And Don't Be Greedy said, you've said it, 2-0 is dangerous. Full defense never works. Doesn't work in FIFA, FM24. Hard to put teams away when your striker can't convert. Yes, exactly. 2-0 is a dangerous lead. You can't sit back like that. If it was a better team, we would have lost badly here, like Mexico. We would have been screwed. Hugo Lopez saying, dude, what is Pochettino doing with these tactics? I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. What was that from Token just kicking it back? A lot of this is on Pochettino today. The sitting back and defending for our lives in the second half, my man, why? But now let's just hope we hold it. 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute to go. Aaron Herrera. And good defense from Tillman. And he gets fouled. End the game, ref. End the game, ref. End the game, ref. We're close to ending the game. Just end it. My goodness. So now 30 seconds. $30 seconds to go. Can we just end the game? Just end the game right now at this point. End the game. 93-45. Tim Ream will take this free kick, and this should do it. This should be enough to end the game. Ream, just hit it in the opponent's box. Okay, that'll be a throw-in for Guatemala. 94 minutes, ref. The game's over. The game is over. The ref should end the game. Either this is the last attack of the game or the ref's about to end it. Guatemala has the ball. I think the ref's going to end it. No, apparently, maybe he's going to. Okay, so 1 more attack for Guatemala. Ball lobbed long. Cleared by Walker Zimmerman. Good header. It's over. It's over. The United States advance. This was ugly. This was sloppy. This was embarrassing, but we're through to the final. Job done. We're probably going to play Mexico on Sunday. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to get some water. We're going to do the post game in 10 minutes here at the channel. 9:10, we're going to do the post game here at Tactical Manager TV with Adam, and Pete's going to join. Don't go anywhere, guys. And this stream is brought to you by Incogni. We'll be back soon. Use the link in the description of Incogni. Okay, actually, I'm going to play the ad and end the stream. I'll see you guys in the post game. How often do you get spam calls? And you know why? Data brokers sell your data to businesses and even scammers, which leads to annoying spam calls, text, emails, and just in general, an invasion of your privacy. And you know what's the worst part? It's all legal, selling your data. And that can also lead to exposing sensitive information to bad actors. But it's not just that. In the United States of America, people search websites are a problem. Anyone can access your information. An employer, landlord, stalker, even that creepy neighbor. But Incogni, the sponsor of this video, takes care of that for you. And we also have a special offer. Incogni reaches out to the data brokers on your behalf, requests your personal data to be removed, and handles any objections from their website. And the entire process is automated. They also make sure your data stays off the market by conducting repeated removals. That is why their yearly subscription is the way to go. And here's the special offer. Use the code Tactical Manager at the link in the description of this video to get 60% off an annual Incogni plan. Yes, you heard that right. Use the code Tactical Manager and you will get 60% off their annual plan. Plus, you also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. And thank you very much, Incogni, for partnering up with Tactical Manager and sponsoring this video. Make sure to use our special offer.